what is history bounding? How do you do it? Is it edible? We shall answer all of these questions and more in just a moment. But first, a word from our sponsor. There isn't one. Remember that when we get to brand names. Right then, let's get started. First of all, history bounding is a term that came from the term Disney bounding, which is something that came from the fact that you are no longer allowed to dress up when you go to Disney theme parks because you might get mistaken for one of the staff and hustled down one of those weird wormholes into another dimension or something. Or so I've heard. So Disney fans found another way to participate without being mistaken for a sadly disproportionate mouse. They invented Disney bounding. Disney bounding is essentially taking elements of a Disney character's costume and superimposing it onto your own outfit so that you can participate and not get caught up in it too much. Though I'm not gonna lie, that actually would be kind of fun. Like, who else wants to try this now? Then the Historical Costuming Club got a hold of the term, and we ended up with history bounding. So, to put it simply, history bounding is wearing elements of historical dress without looking like you stepped off of an 1815 fashion plate. Although, if you wanted to do that, you are my hero. Like, seriously, yes. Take, for example, this outfit I'm wearing today. I think one of the easiest ways to history bound is through hairstyles. For example, this stunning snood from Garlands of Grace.
Looking for Little Women vibes? Fear not, this fantastic head covering will keep your hair up and out of the way while invoking images of times gone by. Or something like that.
Or perhaps you'd like to redefine the messy bun with an Edwardian-inspired updo.
If you'd like to see how I created this sassy yet stylish bun, let me know in the comments and perhaps I will put together a video of this fantastically classic hairstyle.
For those of you with shorter hair, feel free to engage in finger waves or pin curls or perhaps a victory roll. But whatever you do, never ever 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 put your hair in a half ponytail and automatically think that you look like someone from the Victorian era.
Oh, look at me, I'm historical. I didn't do any research.
For a spectacular vintage style, simply catch your hair up into a hairnet. Secure with a pin to keep it from sliding all over the place. Jam a couple of pins into the back of that giant hair sausage roll. And for a more historical vibe, adjust your hair over your ears. Well-mannered girls always kept their ears covered. Interesting how the standards of modesty have changed over the years, isn't it?
Or perhaps you'd like to keep the rest of your outfit extremely historical, but keep your hair long and loose. This is a surefire way to turn away any suspicions that what you're wearing might actually be from the 1850s, because nobody wore their hair down in the 1850s. Unless they were in like those sausage curl things that are like... How? Perhaps you're one of those brave folks who goes about dressed in historical costume 24/7 and is constantly mistaken for a time traveler. Bernadette Banner. In which case, I commend you. If you are not bold enough for that yet, do take a moment to consider the possibilities of history bounding and inviting a little bit of history into your modern wardrobe. And before we get any further, yes, I did make this dress. No, I do not have a video on it. I'm sorry. Another fantastic way you can history bound is through footwear. Do take a moment and check out the lovely ladies at American Duchess who have crafted this fantastic pair of Bernadette 1910 walking shoes. They are absolutely beautiful, fantastic to wear, and 100% historically accurate. I love you. In short, history bounding is a fantastic way to explore the vast and exciting world of historical costume without diving in too deep, because we don't all want to wear an Elizabethan costume to Walmart. Imagine the publicity I'd get. Thank you ever so much for joining me, my dears. Feel free to pop in again for a cup of tea, a slice of cake, and more fantastic fashion shenanigans. Actually, there's not going to be any tea and cake, just the shenanigans. Sorry to disappoint you. We haven't figured out the technology, so I can actually like send you tea and cake. Although, if I could, I would. Trust me. That was like, while we're focusing on going to the moon, we could be doing this. Like, really, think about it. I need tea. Quick edit: do not attempt to consume history bounding. Okay, it's not edible. Just to know. There's nothing in this cup.